you doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, ready? This is Devin.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Hi, Devin.
I'm Kevin.
Ronnie.
All right, good to meet you, man.
Same here.
You smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, one in here and there.
Yeah, well, hey, go ahead, man.
Oh, God. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. So how long you been hanging out here?
About a year, on and off. But I've
right.
been homeless for since 2014. Serious homeless.
It's a long time.
And you know what? 2014, I learned a lesson, man. I learned a lot.
Did you?
Yeah, like, I was raised, I thought I was middle class from Providence, Rhode Island.
I was gonna say, I knew you're from the Northeast.
Yeah, Northeast. They can't get rid of the accent, and I'm not a Carbone or like a.
Yeah.
I worked in produce, and my father was the first egg man.
All right.
My father, the closest one, and then my mother, and then my sister. But my father, so I worked, and then I went into produce. So it was like, load 3 cases, give me 5 of this. And I never believed in like becoming homeless and alcoholism.
Oh yeah.
And what a different drug could do. So my father was a pharmacist, but I thought I was a little bit better than everybody.
Yeah.
I thought I had too much class. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Like waking up and I could get the coffee every day, and my father would say, "You're lucky you didn't go to war."
Yeah.
And then, "You're lucky." And then when my grandmother was the first woman to work for the state. She was white, state of Rhode Island.
Huh.
And she issued the food stamps. So the basic thought was, I thought I was better than growing up on food stamps.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Stuck up.
You never know, huh?
You never know. And so when I came out here, getting involved with different people, not knowing where I'm from, but I traveled to 49 states.
Yeah.
So I thought.
You thought you knew, huh? Whole different story out here, isn't it?
And you know what? And my father said, never, like, when a guy asks you, and he's in front of a liquor store or somewhere, don't, like, oh, you don't need that drink. My father used to take the money out of his pocket and say, I'm not going to be the reason that guy dies because he's shaken, because my father had a PhD. I'm not going to be the reason that guy goes into cardiac arrest because the guy in the liquor store did it. So when I came out here and I see people on alcohol, man, I need $1. Like, I thought that was a joke.
Yeah. No, it's real.
And my father being partners and having growth rate in McDonald's, seeing drugs and crack and coke and this and that, I learned a lot of shit. And I became addicted out here. I ended up in the mental hospital 3 times.
Oh, did you? 5150?
Not kind of thing in the street. Taking food like the cigarettes, that's why. I take the money, even though the money could be cursed. I took food off people and fall asleep.
Huh.
2 days. I went to that guy, Tony Alamo, I went to his ministry.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, I fell asleep the whole day with my legs up.
Oh, really?
Right? Where were you from?
I'm from Wisconsin originally.
A lot of water?
I live right next to Lake Michigan, yeah.
So, I mean, was there water, a lot of rain?
A lot of rain, man.
A lot of rain, so that means, and they still said, oh, there's not enough water, right?
There's plenty of water there.
Plenty of water. That's why the animals, and you get the water back up if you have a good farming area, but the only thing is the animals are outside.
Yeah.
Which they never fixed that problem.
No.
I have no idea.
So what are you going to do? You got any plans, or?
Well, I'm as far as being able to get a fix on myself,
Yeah.
I got women in my life that are like telling me the direction you've picked, we need a little bit more out of you. Before you can just go somewhere and commit to that, I've committed myself all around Los Angeles. So I've never, the 8 years I finally got to see Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I moved here, I didn't even see it. Becoming homeless, having my car stolen, and all that stuff, and becoming into an inheritance, like on an Apple computer company, which was started by my grandfather. I can't take over that land until I have proper authority.
Yeah. Sorry.
So my grandfather founded the land that Apple sits on, and they recently bought these 3 buildings in accordance with Samsung, this and that. And being the grandkid, and being like Ronald McDonald III,
Yeah.
Coming into the humane problem of McDonald's. So Steve Jobs put the McLean in there, the McFlurry, the McLean, the sandwich. He was the president of the accounting part of McDonald's. Him passing away, they made the veggie hamburger and they took it back out. So with the money he made from Toy Story, trying to fix the problem of McDonald's, he ran into an own headache, which I'm involved now because the kids took over the computer company and were definitely successful at it, having 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And my main mission was that the welfare program didn't belong to them, to Microsoft, or to, in part, with Amazon. Not having an effect on them, but my grandmother was the first woman to work for the state of Rhode Island. They started Teacher's Pet, which was Apple Computer, which was with my grandfather, Steve Jobs, Tony DeSano, Anthony DeSano, and then Michelle Obama being, a descendant of Betsy Ross, and my grandfather. Who's going to take over this flag issue where money could be made?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Always about the money.
It's about the money. It's about the money. And I'm sorry to yell, but the murder, the crimes, the sex, this and that. If this guy is holding the food stamps, giving people $1,000 a month and other people $3, and some people need to fill it out, and some people have 8 chihuahuas with food stamps.
Yeah.
I'm interested in that. So I've been taking the bus everywhere. I ended up with a disabled tap card.
Oh, really? Do you get to ride for free or what?
No, I put the $20 a month plus another 20.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Finding drugs on the floor. I'm still curious.
Why not?
My grandfather was involved putting the brick building on in San Francisco, on that bricklayer. You know that bricklayer building over there in San Francisco with the smokestack, the one that makes the methamphetamine?
Yeah.
So the fight was, my mother ended up with 3 or 4 teeth in her mouth, and when I moved to California for 1 year, my mother said, I'm pulling and putting dentures in because I can't eat steak right.
Yeah.
So my mother was on medications and all this stuff, but being able to work at the place and having money and having interest in these drug companies. What the fuck am I going to have an interest in some guy's drug company that's going to hurt me?
Yeah, exactly.
If I'm going to spray Windex, man, I know Johnson & Johnson and the shampoo and all this, and I'm moving to a guy's house and use Johnson & Johnson and investing in it, but the other 15 things are killing people, and Oxycontins is another thing. I can't be with that guy. I've never been in trouble in my life. I've never been arrested. I've never been in any trouble. I got in one little thing in front of my house in San Francisco's taking ownership, so they left me with the deeds of the land, but I can't do anything with them if I got criminals on there. I got cannibals, I got all sorts of guys that go out at night and fucking beat people up.
Right.
This is what made Apple Computers successful. Now the women that I'm involved with, Lorianne DeSano, the one, Tony's daughter that's part of that there, and Michelle becoming a lawyer. I walked her to school for 6 months. These girls, even Kardashians, growing up with them in Providence, seeing them, being a relation, they said they don't feel like they should be stalked. Or when they put out going to the mall, that people shouldn't show up and want to, like, some Persian guy want to take her in his car and take her head off.
Yeah.
You tell me that girl can't feel that? She feels that. She's got $150 million in the bank. She made herself from being beautiful.
Yeah.
Each one of them.
And here we are.
Yeah, and here we are. You could be the nicest guy. I could be the nicest guy. But they're gonna want to put us, being like I passed CIA. I've been relinquished the ability of the CIA that he wasn't able to command. Fauci was not able to command what he said to the chemical going in those cigarettes. He wasn't able to back it up. So when I was a kid, he used to put his arms on my father's truck at 2 years old. And my father would say, all these eggs are USDA, grade A inspected. So they passed the chicken's ass, which was the joke, to the laying house, to the chicken, to the feed, to the sorter, then to a USDA. But then the kosher guy started to take a bribe. So I saw all of this. So when Fauci, when Steve Jobs died, and then I got some of these pieces of these things, where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do now, I'm still fighting whether to smoke this cigarette or not. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I was young, the tar in the cigarette was what held in your throat, and then you would swallow it and go through your organs, and they said it was good enough, but that was good stuff, some of the tar.
Yeah.
And they replaced some of these things. So I've been in fight with the cigarette companies, and I turned to the weed.
Oh, yeah.
I turned to growing the weed.
Yeah.
That's what the family's done, but they kept me in the street for 8, 9 years because I was a smartass. And then I had unprotected sex with a few women, consensual, but they're saying, you don't know what you did, you're not going near me. So I've been trying to pick up a girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been trying to find a woman, like, be honest and legit. So all this, whatever I had in my body, I have to crawl with a suit bag here, there, and everywhere. Like this, until I get that out of my bones.
Yeah.
I had twitch, like osteoporosis. I had double hernias.
Oh, wow.
I had double hernia surgery here. I had a rectal prolapse.
That doesn't sound good.
They banded it twice. It took so much pain that it almost through the floor. I had to go in for surgery. They cut it. I never had so much pain in my life. Then the pharmacies were out of Vicodin. They started a thing where you had to order.
Yeah.
I had so much pain. I had to go to Cedars-Sinai, be taken down, and then got a prescription to go with 8 pills because I had none. I had to find pills in the street. I went through a fight even with the pharmacist, with Rite Aid. I own the property on the corner of Fairfax and it's family property, Sunset, the Rite Aid. They're shutting all the Rite Aids because of what's going on.
I noticed a lot of them are closing, yeah.
What they found inside of the Rite Aid brand, just like 7-Eleven, they turned all the cookies, they turned all the maltodextrin, they found
I don't even go in there.
My grandfather started the fucking one in West Palm Beach. We went bankrupt practically. We're upside down. Like you need 3 or 4 employees, and the company's not making it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ben.
All right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's crazy, huh? Crazy world.
But I'm in the street on welfare.
Yeah.
Trying to fix the welfare program. You can't go to somewhere and eat a Twinkie on welfare and then feel sick afterwards. That's not supposed to happen.
No. But if you eat a Twinkie, well.
It might be the Twinkie.
It's the Twinkie.
It's the Twinkie, and it's the electronic charge from the using the welfare.
Yeah, nothing healthy there.
Nothing healthy there. And the alcohol, they're not matching up a good fucking can of beer, or a good bottle of wine, or a good anything. That's why I became a U.S. DEA agent.
Yeah.
Who am I going to go up? I've already been to Long Beach. My grandfather's daughter, Vanessa Bryant, she's not helping me. She's going through the hardest thing. My grandfather with a Spanish lady that's from the Cruz family. Celia Cruz is the grandmother. Vanessa Bryant's the granddaughter. And the mother went with my grandfather, so Vanessa Bryant. I know Vanessa Bryant still as a child. She's the toilet baton.
All right.
Look what she's going through. Husband just died in a helicopter crash.
Oh, wow.
She's donated her body to me, but she's moved here now from Rhode Island. She's lived in Rhode Island. They're from Providence.
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez is from Providence. She had another one from Carmen Miranda. Another one from Grandfather Day. She said, I've been raped, beaten on the street. Her teeth broken, everything.
Wow.
Michelle also. They're saying before you think you can pass this test of my grandfather made the police radio, so it's ended up in everybody's hands.
Yeah.
My grandfather started Motorola, so it's ended in everybody's hands, and we're like upside down. The only one that made it was Apple. The rest of the businesses are all upside down. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
The camera business taking long shots of antelope, being able to take that and that micro and macro on your phone. My father had a $2,500 Leicaflex camera in the 60s. He was just taking pictures. So that stuff landed in Steve Jobs' hands, and then he went into the movie business and this and that.
Yeah.
And having a death in the family with all the kids and the girls. So where do I go? I'm in the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street, yeah.
I'm in the middle of the street saying, my camera's still good? How are my headphones? How are my headphones? What happened to having Superman Kryptonite? I watched Christopher Reeves come to Providence, have a little bit of a drug problem.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Oh, really?
He's gonna hit a tree if he keeps fucking around. You get shit like that.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention. When I'm out here and I don't pay attention.
You're gonna run over.
I did. The guy. I've seen all. I learned so much stuff. I seen the guy coming down the street, and he called me from that lane to come get the money, but I didn't see the car there. When I went out here, it was weird.
Huh.
They have time ups. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. Crazy.
with the chemicals and the drugs and the cigarettes and all that stuff. I mean,
It's all the chemicals, man. It's
yeah,
all
well,
the chemicals.
they took out the medicine.
Yeah, it's all chemicals.
So you can't put the body, so you don't feel like you want to go after a woman, so you stay home and play video games.
Yeah.
And I can't even do it. The family owns it, but I can't sit in there like that.
Yeah, man. Anyway, I gotta get going, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey,
Nice
good
to
meeting
meet
you. If I can see you again, I'll stop by.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate the help.
Oh, no problem, man.
I'm
Try to
afraid
have
of the cigarettes.
have a good rest of your day there.
Yeah, thank you.
You can sell the cigarettes if you don't want to smoke them. So.
I don't get bothered because when the people say you want a cigarette, it's not like I tell everybody. It's not like in the war when the fence was there in the Vietnam and my friends in Vietnam from Cranston told me I just went up against the fence. The Asian girl never had an American guy. Said, I wonder where my kid is. And I said, when Steve Jobs says, do you want to stop that show where they fly in a plane and they reconnect? I said, I'll put some money in that. But I didn't make any money. You know, Bridezilla and all that.
Yeah.
Those were just Clinton Kelly, what not to wear, showing Soho, fixing the area up. The money just went back.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump would buy the next building. So this is... Me and you, we're stuck in the middle.
Stuck in the middle.
Listen, if it comes down, I'm not saying, oh, I'm gonna suicide bomb. I get it. But when the guy's saying he's gonna point a rifle, you and I both know it's gonna hurt.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
So when I saw Lauren Michaels or these guys, I'm telling them, fuck you, I don't want to die. And then I'm telling the guy that's a sniper saying, I know I gotta kill this guy with this guy, but I'm telling him, you might be next if you're gonna do the shot at me. If your face isn't on TV, well, even with TV, being on TV, right?
Yeah.
They put it in the magazine like Princess Diana. It's money, man. It's money. You can't sit down at the table and have a good meal with a knife and a fork and a spoon. And, you know, I sat with my mom and dad, so I thought I was privileged. I thought everybody was doing that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. You're growing up like that, you think that's the way the world is, and you find out it
You don't think
is.
that I'm affected by it? You don't think when a guy says, man, I grew up on soup eating hot dogs out of a can. I look at that person and say, I have a lot of respect for you. I don't put them down.
Yeah.
I never did, but I didn't understand it.
That's a good point.
Now I understand it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But who's to say?
Not me.
Not me.
Anyway, I gotta fly, man.
Later, brother.
Take care.